listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255, the New Orleans Talk Network.
DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, Oldie but Goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBS. That's that bullshit. It's the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Y'all know how it's going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom. Let's go.
Holla at you, man. In the app with us. And we gonna make this thing on the pop and New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity and life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Pooga Williams. 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you tune into FanView.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
About that time, folks. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to FanView Real Fans Talk Sports. It's New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, this is your boy Fred.
Coach Hurricane hit.
Man, we in the building, man. It's on and popping, Coach N.
Yes, sir.
It's on and popping. My man G Sports couldn't be in the building tonight. He's out of town. The Rockets lost.
That's why. I'm gonna keep it a bag.
Keep it a bag?
He didn't want to face the music today.
He didn't want to face the music?
Nah, he didn't want to face the music. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Listen, this is FanView Real Fans Talk Sports, where we sit down and recap and talk as fans about the world of sports, what happened this week. Listen, tag a friend, add a friend. If you've been dying to talk about sports as fans and get your opinion heard on air, man, this is your show. It gets no better. Last week we had a great, amazing young man that came in here, committed on the show. SMU is getting a great man.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Jackson. But this week we got another special show for you guys this week.
Yeah.
We're gonna recap the conference finals. We got the Cavs and Warriors, game 1, the different matchups in this series, who's gonna win the series. There's a couple of topics we didn't get a chance to talk about. Legalized sports gambling, NFL national anthem talk, policy. If you have something to say about it, we're gonna talk about it tonight. Also, football season is right around the corner. We got about 98 days left, folks, till the football season starts.
Yes, sir.
We gotta start talking some position. Top 5 positions.
Oh, yeah.
Quarterbacks will be starting over towards the end of the show. But listen, I know what I like to do when I get ready to start the show. I always give a shout out and salute to the armed forces and military. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, first responders, local police department, local fire department. Thank you guys so much for the services y'all do. I can't thank y'all enough. Mr. Coach Hen can't thank y'all enough, for what the services y'all do for us as citizens. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Again, If no one gets y'all in a shout salute, we will each and every Thursday. Again, tag a friend. We're going to be on air for the next 2 hours. We talking sports, baby. We talking sports.
It's that time, baby.
It's that time, baby. Listen, tag a friend. We're on Twitter, FanView NOLA. We're on Facebook, you know, No Orleans Talk Network. We're on Facebook, FanView Live. Man, we got some comments already. Mr. Rich, I see you, baby. What's up, guys? You know, share with my group. Yes, absolutely. Game 1 tonight starts at 8 p.m.
Yes, it does.
Cavs, Warriors. But listen, that's first and foremost. Let's start off with the recap of the conference final. Share with my group. Yes, absolutely. See, they're going to produce 8 p.m. Got an intern back there, you know, back there tripping again. You know, it's all right. We're going to get it together.
We're going to break them in.
We're going to break them in. We're going to break them in. But conference finals, obviously, both teams, both conferences go to Game 7. We got the Cavaliers, Boston. You know, LeBron James went ahead and had another great performance. His team gets into the next NBA Finals. Then we had Game 7 where the Houston Rockets had a record of 27 most consecutive missed three-pointers, in the game. And they don't capture the moment, and they go home. And we got the Warriors, and we got the Cavaliers again. Coach Hen, what's your take on the conference finals? And what's the future of the Houston Rockets? I know who the future of Boston is. Kyrie Irving wasn't there. You know, Gordon Hayward there. So we ain't got to really talk about the future of Boston. We know what the future looks like for Boston. Kind of talk about the conference finals and what's the future for the Houston Rockets.
Oh, man. Conference finals was, I'm trying to think of the nicest way to put it. It was stupidity. That's a nice way to put it.
Nice way to put it? Nice way to put it.
This is what I mean by it. Both teams who lost the conference finals were more than capable of winning, regardless of who was on the court or not. They was more than capable of winning. The Celtics lost because they kept trying to shoot threes. They didn't shoot as many as Houston, but they kept trying to shoot threes, and then what you did was you kept giving the ball back to the baddest man on the planet with, you know, who plays in the arena, and he just did what we expected him to do. George Hill, that veteranness started showing up. You know, what I'm saying, they did it without Kevin Love, so you know it was a total team effort. It was probably the first total team effort for the Cavaliers this whole playoff. That's a positive sign for them heading into the finals. On the other side of the bracket, man,
Houston.
Look here.
You bad.
You got down. You try to do what the golden rule of, especially the golden rule in this NBA era right now is you don't try to go 3 for 3 with the Warriors. All right.
You bad.
Now, every time they drove the ball to the goal, or every time, you know, they dished it out to Capella or something, like, you know, they was hitting. Then bad coaching came into play. First of all, Trevor Ariza went 0 for Jesus. I'm sorry. Jesus was perfect. He went 0 for Satan.
0 for Satan. 0 for Satan.
He went 0 for Satan, and it's not even. Why is he still in the game? Because you have the beautiful thing, the way that Howard Roseman had not Howard Roseman, think about the Eagles, the GM for the Rockets had Dan Morrow had constructed this team is he had multiple players that could do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you had PJ Tucker who was doing decent.
Right.
On the offensive side. Why let your team struggle in keeping Trevor Ariza out there? Because he's not stopping KD. Okay, that's the thing. Nobody, you know,
he's unguardable.
It can stop him. You know, he's going to get his shot, you know, winning wherever he wants to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why are you keeping that defensive, you know, that offensive liability out there when you're trying to come back?
Right.
That was one thing. And two, man, who really runs this team? Is it the players or is it the coach? Well, damn sure ain't the coach. We seen that because I would have called a timeout and said, look, give me that stat sheet, coach.
Yeah,
we 0 for 13 right now in these last 3 pointers.
Somebody got to keep his counting.
All right, drive the ball, go for the 3 the old-fashioned way. James Harden, look, nobody can stop you from getting to the goal anyway. You know what I'm saying? Look, my shooters, step up to the inside part of the three-point line. Yeah, it's a long two. They say it's a bad two, but I don't care because we not hitting. Get used, because what most shooters and most guys that play basketball will always tell you, a shooter is going to shoot, but it's something about seeing that ball start to go in that increases your range. So look, y'all step into this long two mid-range area, knock these down, because we need points, because y'all was stopping them on defense. Y'all was stopping them. Not Steph was exploded for an unreal third quarter. Y'all stopped them. But you shot yourself out the game. And then the proof was in the pudding, because down the last 5 minutes, you closed the gap, the point gap so fast, just with 2-pointers, and then what you do? You started shooting threes again. You wanted to lose.
It's bad. I mean, David Bourgeois says bad coaching for the Celtics. He also mentions what about how the Cavs had been shooting made them not always double LeBron James. Kind of good point, very good point, The way the Cavs were shooting, that was the first time the Cavaliers won on Boston home court, which was a Game 7 matchup. And again, I thought Boston, by being the better basketball team, was going to win this series. But obviously, there's a guy in 23 in Cleveland that you just can't count out of a basketball game, especially in the Game 7. This guy goes out here, he does what he does. He scored 35-some points. It's very difficult to count that guy out in the Game 7 what the statistics show. I counted them out. I was wrong. My bad, LeBron. My bad, LeBron. I picked Boston to win the series, and Boston didn't win the series. My bad, LeBron. It got to 7 games, and Boston wasn't ready for that moment. Obviously, if a Kyrie Irving was on that team, it could have changed the difference. Terry Rozier, just like Houston Rockets, couldn't buy a shot. But Boston going to be back. Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward will be back, pending any significant injury. That's a team that in the Eastern Conference that everyone's going to have to try to, compete against, because they're going to be the cream of the crop coming to the Eastern Conference. But see, over here in Houston, like I put my video up, and I mean it's my heart of hearts, I just don't see the Rockets losing this series, and Chris Paul has a chance to play Game 6 or Game 7 in this series. I don't think that team, I don't think Chris Paul, I think he could only do so much from the sidelines. His play was showing that, man, look, he was slowing down the tempo. He had a different pace of winning the game. And Game 4 and Game 5 showed it. Both teams were under 100 points. The Houston Rockets won. The Warriors don't win those games. I put a stat out there. The Warriors do not win games when both teams score 100 points. They do 7% of the time. That's what the pace that they were trying to play at. But when Chris Paul don't play, he showed how important of a player that he was to this series. You see that James Harden had to become the guy who had to facilitate and get everybody involved. And he had everybody still shooting threes when at the end of the day, you're not supposed to be shooting threes right now. You went 0 for 27. That's not the kind of guy that you want. Chris Paul showed his leadership. I don't think they'd have shot that many threes if Chris Paul was playing on that basketball team. Chris Paul would have probably did some isolation or pick and roll, but he'd have attacked the basket. And he'd have got everybody else like Eric Gordon and P.J. Tucker and Trevor Ariza attacking the basket, because that's the kind of play he was, and that's the tempo and pace that they were playing at.
Well, the main thing, James Harden went back to the old James Harden.
Yeah, he went back to the old James Harden.
Holding the ball,
shooting this bitch whenever he wanted to by the 3-point line. I'm like, dog, you tripping. And I know that's the way Dan Tony coach. We're going to continue to shoot the three, because obviously the Rockets like to shoot at least 53s a game. Right. But in this game here,
ain't nothing hitting.
Ain't nothing hitting. You have to tap the bit, because you was leading at halftime. You was up by 9. So you have to continue at that same pace. You allow this team who has dominant third quarters to have a dominant third quarter. For whatever reason, you shooting these shots and you got breaks. Jay Howard says, man, a great shooter will always shoot because they think that the next one's going in. That's easier said.
That's what I said earlier. Most guys, like, see, Jay Howard, when he played, he was a shooter.
Right.
And, I played the game long enough to know that you hit. Shooters gonna shoot. Shooters gonna shoot. G. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said earlier, that shot's not falling. Ray Allen would never just, he's probably one of the best 3-point shooters of all time. Look, if that shot wasn't falling, he'd step in, see a couple one go down, or how Ray Allen got himself going. He'll start driving the ball, get them free throws going in.
He's the 9% free throw shooter.
And then, like, all right,
see the ball fall in.
Now I'm gonna start shooting it. But you just ain't gonna keep shooting the shot that you're missing.
He has to see the ball falling if the ball is not falling. And I think that's a great point. Shooter's gonna shoot, but at the end of the day, when the shot is just not falling, you're gonna have to do something. It got to a point to where it was nothing. See, like, if you look at, when I look at the Cavaliers team, the only guy, if the shots are not falling from the three-point line, the only guy who still has clearance to shoot a three is still Kyle Korver. Everyone else, you have to attack the basket. Yeah. So I think it would have been okay if one guy still had the clearance to shoot the three, but the whole team can't shoot threes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not falling. Like, okay, this guy's a three-point specialist. He can still shoot it, but the rest of you, I don't care if they leave you out there. You got to attack the basket.
Please. Please.
You got to attack the basket. You don't have this clearance right now because our shots are not falling. You know?
Now, what makes this bad? What makes this bad for the Rockets is, like, see, the Celtics, they can bounce back from this.
Yeah.
They look, the two of the most important people didn't play for them.
Correct.
They didn't have one all year.
Right.
So you still don't know the true nature of
that team. Or the true identity of what they can be.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You see quality. You see great quality. You know what I'm saying? And you could, you know what I'm saying, you still can move some people. Look, you could trade a Kyrie. You could there's certain things you could do that can, look, you get you a bona fide center.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. When I tell you Al Horford is playing out of position, Al Horford is playing out of position. But him as a power forward, watch out. It's trouble.
It's trouble. He's a power forward. He's playing a position in Boston. He's not a center.
You know what I'm saying? So and you seen in his numbers. So you get a productive guy down there, and you make some things happen in free agency, and you cheap right now. You cheap right. Look, this is your window.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown's cheap.
This is the same window that
Tatum is cheap. Rozier is cheap.
That the Seahawks had.
Yeah.
When you had Russell Wilson on that
rookie deal.
The rookie deal at the quarterback position. Well, damn, look, this is your time now. You got to strike now. Now the Rockets, they was championship or bust. The roster shows it.
So you're saying they need to add somebody?
Well, this is the thing. First, you got to keep people. Clint Capella is up for a new contract. Chris Paul's up for a new contract.
Chris Paul do.
And here's the thing about Chris Paul. Chris Paul opted into his last contract with the Clippers.
Right.
So he's eligible for the max deal.
Yeah.
Chris Paul max deal would be $200-something million. How
much?
$200 million.
Oh, good Lord.
$200 million. That's how much the max deal.
He's an important player. He's an important player.
Guess who else is eligible for a max? Clint Capella. Look, he did what, what's the guy that played for Toronto a couple of years ago?
You know what I'm
talking about? The center.
The center that signed with Orlando. That signed with Orlando.
You know what I'm saying? But he did it more. He did it offensively and defensively. That kid got paid max.
He got paid $17 million to go to Orlando.
What you think Clint Capella gonna do? A younger, more athletic version. So look, you gotta keep these guys in place. Plus your bench. So
getting back of Gerald Green.
So what are you gonna do?
Joe Johnson maybe can go, but Gerald Green's probably
Joe can go.
But Gerald Green probably
Ryan Anderson can go. You can find your
find a trade partner.
The thing about it is, can you afford to try to lowball Chris Paul?
No, he's that important. I think to me, you're in the finals if he plays.
He's just as and Clint Capella is just as important. So you in that pickle mode. What are you trying to do? And you still got to compete with the team that beat you. That's true. You got to load back up. First, you got to keep us in house. Then you got to squeeze Penny to try to go sign somebody else.
That's gonna be tough to do.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now this is that.
That's tough to do.
This is that.
You're trying to figure out how you can improve the roster, but reality is you have to sign guys like Chris Paul, Clint Capella that may prevent you from
gotta hope he wants to resign.
I think Chris Paul wants to stay. Now Clinton, on the other hand, may be a guy looking at because he's never been paid.
Yeah.
Clinton, on the other hand, Chris Paul has made money, so he wants to stay in Houston. But Clinton may say to myself, man, look, Toronto may offer me $20 million. What's up? But
you see, and this is the problem.
This is the problem.
Now, David makes a hell of a point. Anderson's contract is high, but this is for some odd reason.
He signed a 4-year, $80 million deal. Then his deal. Eric Gordon is cheap on the end, but Ryan Anderson's deal was way too much.
But see, here's the one big differences in NFL and NBA. NFL, there's no team outside the Browns who had to do it last year just to avoid paying the penalty of not spending a certain percentage of their cap money. They'll never trade for somebody with a big contract that that's not serviceable for them.
Right.
NBA, you see it happen all the time.
Correct. Guys who get overpaid. Solomon Hill is a prime example.
Look, you'll trade this guy who's making X amount of money, and then they'll buy you out.
Yeah.
And then you sign with whoever you want. You know what I'm saying? So
it's easier to move a bad contract in the NBA than it is in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's easier to find another bad contract to move around and buy guys out.
Right.
It's easier. It's not simple.
But it's done.
It's easier in the NBA because I can send him to a team with cap space like the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
And take one of their bad contracts in return, and say, okay, but bring this guy over here, and I can just buy this guy out. So it's because there's enough bad contracts in the NBA. Like there's not a ton, but there's a good bit of the Omar Sheik kind of contracts in the NBA. I'll give you a prime example. Chandler Parsons.
You just gave up a prime example. Omar Sheik.
Omar Sheik, Chandler Parsons. There are other teams out there that have, Solomon Hill for crying out loud. There's enough guys out there that have the bad contract that you can kind of move around and make the interchange out and buy out. But Jay Howard, you're right. What? Fred went against LeBron? Yeah, I did go against LeBron.
Yeah, he be on that good bleach. He on that great bleach.
Listen, I went with the better basketball team, and as far as coaching, obviously they didn't have the superstar, but I went with the best coached basketball team in that series, and they won 7 games and they lost. So yes, I did pick Boston. I just did, and they came up short. David Bouchard says, but doing this means you have to win now, but you can't lose the shooter and rim protector on the team that lacks defense outside of Ariza. Great facts.
But see, that's
facts.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
So you got to sit down with what you want.
You got to figure out what you want.
Look, if you give CP3 the max, you can't sign Cliff Capella.
It's one or the other.
Or you're
in a luxury tax and you're paying it. You in this ball game now.
But once you get that luxury tax, that means you can't sign nobody else no more.
You take your lick. You have to find a way to replace Ryan Anderson.
But see, that's the thing is, the same team won't, like the Warriors gonna be that much tougher next year. Because here's the fact. Here's the ultimate fact. This is the farthest day that Chris Paul is. This is as far as Chris Paul has ever been.
And he was a game away from getting to the finals.
Okay, but here's the thing. He's old.
Not a young player. Agreed.
He's on the downside of his prime.
Okay, yeah, this is 13th season.
You got Capella, who's probably entering his prime.
Correct.
Or just opening the door on his prime.
His market capability is high, like Harrison Barnes was a couple of years ago.
You got James Harden, who's in his prime. Well, the team that you just lost to at one point got 4 guys in their prime.
All in the contract. Got a point. The Rockets got to figure out what they're going to do. Their situation is not Boston. Boston's future looks bright because Kyrie's on the contract for the next couple of years. They already paid Hayward, and all these other guys are on the rookie deals.
So the thing
Houston got a problem.
You got to figure out. You can't look. Your bench was special.
Yeah.
Your bench was special. But what could you, like, it's like, now you got to look at the landscape of what you got going on. Look, find one of these bottom dweller teams. Just like I can, like when
Orlando, you got to find a team like Orlando.
I'm trying to think like who they made that trade for, because it was like a couple of years ago. Like Aaron Afalo was the best thing smoking. The only good thing that Orlando had going for them, and the Pistons made a trade. They traded one of the better, highest paid player, unloaded them to them, drew a draft pick in, and got Aaron Afalo. And
yeah, you're gonna have
you know what I'm saying. You're gonna have to find some type of.
You're gonna have to find a bad team.
Yeah.
Who has cap space
and is willing to move something with you.
Correct. You gotta have to move on. Ryan Anderson, the 4-year, $80 million deal he had. Right now, I think he's averaging about what, 15, $16 million a season. He's not valued at that anymore. Ryan Anderson is about $7 to $8 million guy at best. You're gonna have to find a team like Orlando, a team like the Phoenix Suns, a team like the Dallas Mavericks.
Or you can find a team that's just loaded at one spot. Like, look at the Sixers.
Yeah.
You loaded that point guard, you loaded that big man. Well, you know, fine, you could. There's different ways you can swing this, but you have to do like diligent research.
Yeah, you do.
You won't have a draft.
I think Ryan Anderson is tradable. That contract is movable. But the question is, if you move his contract, or is the agenda to re-sign Capella? You see what I'm saying?
You gotta be. It gotta be. Cause look, when you think of Houston, you think of offense.
Correct.
Well, Capella gave you something on defense that you hadn't had since. Look, not even the Dwight Howard.
The Dwight Howard
you hadn't had since Yao Ming. Facts. You had somebody that, like, all right.
David Bruce brings up the Bobcats.
You know what I'm saying? The Bobcats is perfect. Look, you could get you, look, if defense is what you after, look, Michael Kidd-Crest Jr. is a hell of a defender.
Yeah.
Look,
he can't stay healthy, but if you put him on the defensive end, you put Ryan Anderson over there, their contracts may match up.
Guess what? Hey.
Yeah.
I'll trade Ryan Anderson.
And my first-round pick. And
they already did that for the CP3.
Okay.
I'm trading Ryan Anderson and Trevor Ariza to the Bobcats. Give me Michael Kidd-Crest. A younger guy, defender, and now I just opened my wallet. So now I can.
You did.
I can resign. I can resign Paul. I can resign Capella. Now I don't have as much change, but I got enough change to get me through the week.
Yeah.
And
well, if he can still give you some of the same plays that Ariza gave you, at least what it also does, it buys you time to still stay competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it buys you time to stay competitive.
And you got a way to figure out this one. Because, see, another thing you got to look at, too, you got a team in the division who made the playoffs who ain't going to sit back. They young and they upstart, too, in the Pelicans.
Yes, they're not going to be conservative.
So just winning your division is not
enough.
You know, so you got to find a way to keep up with your division first. And look, I'm looking at the Suns. Hey, look, you got the first pick. Hey, give me somebody off of there.
Yeah, you're going to have to make some differences. You're going to have to make some changes. And at the end of the day, Ryan Anderson is expected to get $20 million next year. Trevor Ariza is a free agent. Trevor Ariza made $7.4 million last year. So Trevor Ariza is not going to make $7 million next year. He's not going to come play for Houston for $7 million. He probably want $10 to $15 million.
This is his
last go-round. This is the last come-up. This is the last payout, and he's going to want that.
And guess what?
So, David, you're right. He was a free agent. Only got paid $7 million last year. So now you're saying he's the free agent. Chris Paul's a free agent. Clint Capella's a free agent. Nene ain't get paid that much money. But Jared Green is a free agent. Houston got some trouble. They're not Boston right now.
And look, this is the thing. This is the one bad thing about playing this deep.
And not winning it.
The Raptors found out the hard way.
Correct.
Playing this deep in the season. Now you got everybody in the NBA who's not part of the foe, sitting there watching what's going on, and seeing how this guy can help my team.
Yeah.
Seeing, look,
correct.
The Hawks did it like religiously.
Correct.
And they eventually lost Josh Smith, DeMar Carroll, Al Horford, and Teague.
Yeah, the Hawks, yeah.
Well, they lost Teague. They lost to a trade, but everybody else they lost
free agent. Millsap, Culver, the list goes on.
All free agents.
Joe Johnson, they all lost.
Well, now guess what? The Rockets are in that spot now.
Right.
The Rockets are in that spot, and then here's the bad thing about the Rockets situation. Nobody's just want to just run to the play in the West.
No.
It's easy in the East.
No.
It's easy in the East. So I'm not going to want to run to, like, yeah, all right, yeah, y'all. The only good thing that y'all got that's enticing to me in Houston right now is no tax. No state tax.
Yeah, but I can go play for a team like the 76ers.
Make it to the playoff, get that playoff bonus check that you know what I'm saying, and make it happen.
And make it happen.
Cost of living is lower too. You know what I'm saying? Look, you
can be competitive.
So the other thing is, you take Trevor Ariza, Gerald Green, CP3, Clint Capella. I know Bob Mute. I know he may not be a big factor for a lot of people, but he was big for their team.
Big for their team.
Bob Mute,
Joe Johnson. I mean, the list goes on.
You got 6 guys that you counted on that helped you, because you was 11 to 12 strong throughout the whole season. Well, you got 6 guys now that's not guaranteed to be back on this team.
That's a basis. That's big time.
With not much money to do it.
Listen, Houston got some concerns. But listen, when we get back, we got to take our first break. When we get back, we're talking game 1. Cavs, Warriors. Some of the mismatches, some of the matchups that we see in this series here. Game 1 obviously starts for 8 p.m. tonight, but we'll talk a little bit about it. You know, the matchup situation that the Cavs and the Warriors going to have for game 1 and throughout this series. Y'all don't go nowhere. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Tag a friend, add a friend to the page right now. This is what we're talking about.
Tell somebody, tell somebody.
Tell somebody, tell somebody.
Come
on right back. We read the comments. We're going to get it in. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. The One Talk Network.
You did.
You did. Boy, you right, boy.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Here at Johnson Church.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports again. Add a friend, tag a friend. Listen, we getting ready to talk Game 1, NBA Finals, Cavaliers, Warriors, Game 4. PJ Brown, we see you. Alan Anderson, you know, how you doing, guys? We doing great, man.
Newt Handy, all right, in Jackson, Mississippi. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Charles Scott said, I know it's going to be impossible, but I'm still rolling with LBJ. If he pulled this off, it's not even a question if he's the GOAT. Ooh. Big time statement. I like that kind of statement. Ooh. You know, and I can't pronounce this person. I'm bad with that pronunciation.
Asma
Bryant. He said, wait, what time to start the game, guys? The game starts for 8 p.m. Central Time. Now, if you're Pacific, you in, Mountain Time or, but Central Time, game starts for 8 p.m. I don't know if you're in Eastern, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we see you in Mississippi. Yeah, listen, man. Game 1, Warriors, Cavs, 4. This is the 4th time we've seen this game in a row, consecutive. Not against spurts, consecutive. What are some of the keys to Game 1? Or even as a fan, if you feel like you want to comment on, is this something that's are we watching greatness? In these two teams making it to the finals? Or this is just something that's very repetitive? Y'all answer that question too. But Coach N, What do you think are some of the keys to maybe Golden State winning this series? Some of the keys in the matchup game one that the Cavs need to do.
The keys for the Warriors: be your damn self.
Be yourself.
Shit, it's not
be the
hard.
Warriors. Be the Warriors. Be
Cavs. The supporting cast has to show up from the opening, from the tip off.
Yeah.
From the tip off, the right off the back, you have to show up.
And show up.
You can't sit back. You can't afford to play the wait and see approach. You have to show. You have to show, and you have to show up right now.
Right.
Now, the thing about it is everybody going to?
Exactly.
That's the
key combination.
That's the main thing. Is everybody going to? And it's sports.
It's sports.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So it's not at the point of this can't happen or this won't happen or it's not in that ballpark. Anything can happen. So we gotta play your game.
I agree.
Don't look. You don't have the shooters that the Warriors have. Well, since you don't have the shooters that the Warriors have, turn this into your type of game. Make it a half-court game. Body up on these guys. The good thing that you got going for them, for you, is that Iguodala's not playing.
Yeah, Kevin Love has been cleared to play tonight.
So that means KD's gonna have to guard
LeBron.
That's a good thing you got going for you. Bad thing is you ain't got that equalizer at point guard or shooting guard that scares the Warriors. So Steph is gonna have the series off on the defensive side.
Correct.
That's the bad thing.
It's not gonna be the case like he had against the Rockets where he couldn't be off against CP3. CP3 was very aggressive.
It was either CP3
or
James Harden.
And they were aggressive.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you losing that part. Another thing, look, what J.R. Smith's going to show
up? No J.R. Smith.
What J.R. Smith going to show up? Dude, if you LeBron, if you Lou, if whoever, you got to sit the rest of these guys down, not name LeBron James, and say, look, when you get your opportunity, you got to connect on it. I don't care if it's a drive. I don't care if it's a defensive play. I don't care if it's a rebound.
You got to make the most of your minutes.
Yes.
You got to make the most of your minutes.
Don't have an offer in the minutes.
Correct.
In the box score.
Like JR had last series.
Look, and what I mean by, look, if J.R. Smith goes 0 for 4 shooting the ball,
you need to get.
But Klay Thompson drives the ball to the hoop and he makes a basketball play, blocking the shot. He fouls him, but it's a rough, hard foul, but it's a legal basketball play. And then Klay Thompson get up, kind of hurt, wobbling, not 100% no more. You're not an 0 for now.
Right.
You can go 0 for 4 and all that stuff, but look, you got to stat somewhere. You got to get some type of stats for these rest of these guys not named LeBron. Now, if you LeBron, you can't charge out there and overexert yourself right off the bat. You got to win 4 of these days.
Right.
Win the 4 the best way you know how.
Right.
Realizing that, look, I don't have Kyrie who can go 40 for 40 with me. Well, look, if Kyrie can't get it, look, get that 40 somewhere else. Love, I got to get 20.
They got to make the most of the minutes.
JR, I got to get 10.
Make the most of their minutes, bro.
JR, I got to get 10. George, I got to get 10. Look, the best thing, too, you got Jeff Green. Now, Jeff Green comes the ball.
He comes
but him by himself is not, him and Kyle Korver
are professionals.
Are not enough to go against USA Junior.
Facts.
So, if you, one of the things is, like, if you the Cavaliers, find a way to get them in foul trouble, find a way to just get them out their rhythm.
Right.
Get them out their rhythm.
You got to do things the box score won't show.
Yeah.
Hustle, passion,
do stuff like what KG used to do. Like, dead ball, instead of them handing the ball to the referee, you'll see like KD and Steph, and especially when they off, you'll see them always shoot the ball just to see it go in. Well, look. Block that. Nah, don't let them see it go in.
Do some Rondo stuff. Do some Rondo stuff.
J.R. Smith, look. When y'all won the championship, look, you was great at this. Look, call Lance Stevenson. Hey, give me all your tips.
Yeah,
call KG.
You got to do non-box score stuff.
Yes, you got to.
Non-box score
You got to get it the grimy way.
Yeah,
because you're not going to win this game. You're not going to win the series.
You're not athletic as them. You're not.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't play basketball well.
Look, you got the best player on the court. Well, shit. But they got number 2, 4, 5, and possibly 10, on the side of you. So look, you ain't got this enough. You ain't got it. It's like, look, just like you playing spades. Look, you got the big joker.
That's all you got.
But goddamn it, they got the little joker, the deuce of spades, the deuce,
ace.
You know what I'm saying? The 8. You know what I'm saying?
And the queen.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got enough. But you got to stretch the books out and make it.
Right, you gotta get bored. You gotta get bored.
Look, just make them sweat.
You gotta make.
If you make them sweat, look, you bound to mess up.
They got a 10 hand.
Yeah, they got a 10
hand.
They got a wheel all day.
They got a 10 hand. The question is, can you get bored?
Can I mess them up? Look, can I throw that 3 of spades out? Can I throw that 3 of spades out and he jump on it with an ace, and then my partner jump on it with a deuce, and you come out with the big joke? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Look at that.
Can you get bored?
Look what I know. Can you do something? Can you? And that's what it is. It's got to be like look, they playing spades. You got to play dominoes and chess. Outmaneuver them, and you'll win it.
Well, see, listen. Here's my take. Game 1's a match. Listen, I'm gonna just be honest with everybody. LeBron James is the best player in the world. I've said that hands down. You follow me on Twitter, Facebook. That's just what it is. He's the best player in the world. LeBron James can score, rebound, assist, play defense. He can do so many multitude of things. But let's just say from a points parameter that LeBron and KD cancel each other out.
Okay.
From that point on, the mismatch belongs to the Warriors. Every position on down. Steph Curry is better than George Hill and Jordan Clarkson combined. That's how I see it. Klay Thompson is better than J.R. Smith. Draymond Green, to me, he does a little bit more than all-around game than what Kevin Love does. And I'm looking at Iguodala is a better player than, Kyle Korver. I'm looking at Swaggy P can do a little bit more for their team than Rodney Hood can do for his team. I'm looking at the situation saying to myself,
did you just say Swaggy P?
He does more for his team than Rodney Hood does for his team. I didn't say that Swaggy P was better. I'm saying he does more for his team than Rodney Hood does for the Cavaliers. I think Rodney Hood's probably a better player, but he's not doing what he needs to do for the Cavaliers versus what Swaggy P is doing for the Warriors. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying the better player, what he does for that team. I think David West can do a little bit more for his team than sometimes what Jeff Green can do for his team. Not overall, I think Jeff Green may be a better player now, but what he does for his team. So when I'm looking at the matchups, I'm saying the Warriors have a mismatch everywhere on the court. Everywhere on this court. And the biggest matchup right now we have in Game 1 is that they're playing in Arco.
I don't think that's a mismatch no more because people like LeBron, George Hill, Kevin Love, Kyle Korver.
Those are the 4 professionals they got.
J.R. Smith.
He's
I'm saying J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson. These are guys who have played in the finals.
True.
A final before. The finals is, I don't care if you play a goddamn Drake Playground or Paul Playground. If you playing in the finals, the pressure and the atmosphere is going to be on you no matter where you play at. How do you manage it? How do you handle it? Well, they got guys that's been there before. Look, Swaggy P, this is his first time to the show.
Yeah, but that's the only one the first time to the show.
But he a key player for him now. He gonna play a whole lot more minutes, especially with Iguodala out.
Yeah, but you got 4 other guys who.
Yeah, but Swaggy P mentality. And look,
I agree.
Steve Kerr's not a disciplined coach. He's not that. All right, look, you took that bad shot, you out. Look, he gonna let you shoot bad shots.
First, Jay Howard said, first of all, bench player can't have a nickname. His name is Nick Young. Preach. Okay, you know what, Jay? Nick Young from now on.
Look, Jay, I'm not even calling him Nick Young. I'm calling him Iggy's ex. That's what he is. That boy Iggy's ex. You ain't know about who he was until
he can't have a nickname. I like that. Look, he's Iggy's ex. That's still a nickname.
Okay, well, but
Nick Young.
But it's more of a shot than a nickname.
I'm looking at the matchups that the Golden State Warriors have. To me, I'm gonna be honest with anybody right now. Game 1, if somehow, some way the Cleveland Cavaliers win this game, boy, this is an embarrassment to basketball.
What?
This is. I mean, game 1 at least.
What?
It's an embarrassment to basketball.
Man, let's talk about somebody. Man.
Listen, listen. The Warriors have the mismatches all over the court. All over the court. All over the court. They are better than them.
Boy, you said an embarrassment. You try so the greatest player to play the game right now in this generation, it would be embarrassment for him to win the game 1.
For that team, to beat that team?
It don't matter.
To beat that team? To beat that team.
Prime example.
It's an embarrassment.
Let's rewind our minds to 2000.
2001. Allen Iverson, Lakers.
Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, Tom Gugliotta, Tom Kaluga, the big white boy.
Matt.
Derek Coleman.
Derek
Kobe Bryant.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Diesel. Glenn Rice. Rick Fox. Derek Fisher. Ron Harper.
You know he scored 55.
Jackson. Okay, so you trying to tell me LeBron can't score 55?
That's not his game.
You trying to that ain't the question.
That's not his game.
That ain't the question.
He can score 50. He can score 60 if he want to.
Okay,
that's not his game.
So don't say that it's an embarrassment.
It is. They shouldn't win this game.
Look, it's sports. This is why you play the game. This is why, look, the Eagles wasn't supposed to beat the Patriots. God damn it. The Saints wasn't supposed to be as deep in the playoffs as they were.
Jay Howard says, do y'all have brooms on set?
Man, Jay Howard.
Jay, we here. We got brooms on set.
LeBron ain't getting swept.
Got brooms on set.
LeBron got swept once in his career. It ain't happening no more.
He can't have it on his legacy.
It ain't happening no more.
He can't have it on the legacy.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening no more.
Listen.
It didn't
work. It can't happen no more. I agree.
It happened to him one time. Now his boxing was just as bad as A.K.A, but he went up against a way better coach.
It's an embarrassment to basketball that people win tonight, boy.
Man, no, it's not. Stop that. In sports, this is why. Look, if the team that's supposed to win always win, then what the hell you play the game for?
I'm not disagreeing with that statement.
So it can't be an embarrassment.
But it's an embarrassment team who's supposed to win because they're not giving the same effort.
That sounds like somebody who ain't never played the game before, who never played athletic.
Stop.
Because if you got any type of athlete, if you got any type of competitive spirit when you, I don't give a damn what is lined up across me. Look, I ain't played basketball competitively, like in organized since freshman year of high school. But I don't give a look. If Shaq my favorite player, I don't give a damn. He lined his big ass up in front of me. Now look, I'm supposed to get punished. I'm 6'4", goddamn it, going 7 foot.
Yeah.
I'm too sexy. He 350. I'm supposed to get punished, but goddamn it, you won't. I won't just hand it to him. And look, if I just play my cards right, his big ass get tired before my big ass get tired, and I score more points to him, god damn it, that's a win. Now that's an embarrassment to basketball, a fucking amateur beating a professional. But goddamn, these are all pros out here.
I'm not saying that they're not pros. I'm just saying at the end of the day, now look at the matchup. And I'm looking at the matchups for this game. I'm saying to myself, the Warriors have a matchup any way you look at it. So if they come and have any hustle with them,
I will be seasoned
chicken.
They
cannot, boy, them people down back there lose game 1 in Arco.
Jay, I will be seasoned chicken because you ain't gonna barbecue me because you know how I get down. I play
barbecue chicken.
We from the same hood.
Chicken. Just like the way the Warriors, to me, from a matchup standpoint, game 1, this should be barbecue chicken.
It should be, but it never.
It should be barbecue chicken.
It should be, but it never happens that way. Sports was the Giants supposed to beat the Patriots? Hell nah. Was the Pistons supposed to beat the Lakers? Hell nah. Was the fucking Mavs supposed to beat the damn Heat? Hell nah. It wasn't supposed to happen. But guess what? The shit happened on the biggest stage And guess what? Is anybody sad about it? Nobody but the people that lost the damn game. Because the fact of the matter is, if you watch it, you understand sports shit happen. Look, what happens if Steph just come out or just go for a regular layup and lands wrong and that ankle get the same ankle that's been bothering him. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not saying like
you never know what. That's what I'm saying. You never know what happened.
I'm speaking from a point of okay, he played the whole game, they played the whole game, and guess what? I'm not talking about injuries. If injuries happen, that's a whole different situation now. We got a whole different dynamic.
Jay, I'll be sesame seed chicken. I wouldn't be barbecue. I'll be, you know what I'm saying? He'll get his. But you know what I'm saying?
You be bourbon chicken?
Yeah,
bourbon chicken?
Nah, cause I ain't gonna be that dirty. I'll be sesame seed.
You be bourbon chicken?
Hey, look, his ass fucking around with dunk on his ass though.
He want to be Moranian.
I got one good dunk. That's it. Put back special, baby.
I'm just saying, if the Warriors come out here game 1 and they come out here and just lose to the Cavaliers in game 1, I'm questioning what Steve Kerr is looking at, what he's doing. If there's no injuries that happen, if the guys come on the court and none of them have any injuries, I'm saying to myself, what are you doing? What are you saying?
Oh, I just don't. I know where that thought came from. It was one time, I can't think of how far back. Maybe Jay Howard can help me. Maybe maybe my co-host can help me. But there was a team that was better all across the board, had a better bench, and a better overall starting lineup. Both coaches was, you know what I'm saying, it didn't matter. And they was up 3-1. And the final game had to be played in their home in they court. The final game had to be played on their court. And the team that was up 3-1 lost the series. Where have I seen that before?
In the finals?
Yeah. Oh,
Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers and the Warriors.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving. Ain't no Kyrie on this team.
That team was the Warriors. That Warriors team was better than the Cavaliers team. They was up 3-1. They had to win 2 games. They had to win. They had
to win 3 in a row.
They had to win 3 in a row, and 2 of them had to be at Arco.
Well, I ain't talking about the series. I'm talking about the game.
That's what I'm saying. So look, was the Cavs supposed to win Game 5? Hell no.
Draymond didn't play Game 5. He was suspended.
They suspended Game 6.
Suspended Game 5. He played Game 6, Game 7.
Oh, okay. What happened? Game 6.
They lost.
Was the Warriors supposed to win Game 7?
You got Kyrie Irving. He dropped 40. Ain't no Kyrie Irving on. He got George Hill now.
Did George Hill got a ring?
No.
You sure?
He didn't get one in San Antonio.
Yeah, he did. He was hurt, but he got one.
But you know he ain't Kyrie Irving.
I'm just saying.
He ain't Kyrie Irving.
It ain't no Kyrie Irving on this team.
Right.
But I'm telling you, when you lace him up, I don't care what sport it is, when you lace him up, when you look at what's across from you, if you just come out there and say, look, we going to play.
Boy,
because all the pressure is on the Warriors. It's not on the Cavs.
That's facts.
Pressure busts pipes. That's facts.
Any game the Warriors win, any game the Cavaliers win, it's a testament to that guy on the other side. It's like, that dude's really great. If any game he wins.
Look, LeBron makes everybody open shots for them.
Yeah. He's that great.
Just knock him down. If you knock down more shots than the Warriors knock down on your open possession, you win. Fact. Look, coaching ain't gonna look. There's another series. Coaching ain't gonna be a damn. Coaching ain't gonna be a damn. You know who got the coaching edge in this game? The Cavaliers.
You got LeBron
Why?
James.
Because LeBron is a damn coach on the damn floor.
Got LeBron.
Ain't nobody coaching out there on the floor
but he playing with guys that
true.
He's playing with guys to me that I don't think they are capable of maximizing the minutes that they play.
This is true. This is true.
He's not playing with them group of guys.
This is
so
true.
when I say if they win a game or if they come out here and win game 1, I'm saying to myself,
you can't say it's an embarrassment. It's sports. Shit happens in sports. Look, shit happens in sports faster than it happens in real life.
Listen, I understand the team made the finals. But I'm going to look at this. I'm saying to myself, if you Golden State, if you come out here and lay egg game 1, you lose to the Cavaliers. I'm saying to myself, what's really going on here? Like you guys have every matchup possible. Now, to me, you're just not hustling. You're not playing with passion.
The Lakers had every matchup possible.
They couldn't compete with Iverson.
You had the number 1 player in the damn league, and you had the number 2 player in the league.
You couldn't compete with Iverson that night. Iverson just went off.
Nobody could guard Shaq.
That was just Iverson.
Shaq got his.
That was just
Kobe
Iverson
got
went
his. 55 ain't beat him by his damn self.
Listen,
he had 55, but he ain't get it by. But if only his points count, then they damn it would have lost. So that's what I'm saying. Look, people rise to the occasion. You never know what'll happen. Now I tell you what is an embarrassment for basketball. How the hell? And I'm looking right in the damn camera. All you damn NBA fans out there. That's why I'm not an NBA fan. How the hell do we have the same damn matchup 4 years in a row? Come on, man. Shit. This is horrible. Period. I don't give a damn how you slice it, how you dice it, how you look.
It's not greatness to me, dog.
Look how you look. If you're a crap player, how you?
It's not greatness to me.
Bam, 7 again. I don't give a damn how you do all that shit. Look, this is horrible. Cause I look at the NFL. The Cowboys won 2 back-to-back. All right, the Patriots went to 3 out of 4. But guess what?
They played different teams.
It was different teams. It was now look, team. Look,
the Buffalo Bills won 4 years straight. They played different teams.
The Bulls and the Jazz went back-to-back. Okay, twice. That was it. Back-to-back. That was it. 2 times. That's the most that ever happened. The Celtics and the Lakers, back in the early days.
They went 3 out of 4.
No, they went, but they went 2 times.
2 times.
That's it. 1, 2, I don't care what happened in between, then they came back. But look, it was never focused. The Celtics was clearly the best team on the opposite side. The Lakers was clearly the best team on this side. And they couldn't, and they had the players. They had, look, one side had Kareem, one side had McHale, one side had Magic, one side had Bird, one side had Worthy, one side had whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like it Robert Parrish, you know. And then
Dr. J got that 1 year in between those years.
You think about look, they had what's the Celtics coach? God damn it, damn Arena's name after him. I can't think of it. But you had him and you had Pat Riley on the other side. So it was, you know what I'm saying? Then you had Dr. Bus and you had I can't think of the fucking
what team?
The owner for the Celtics at the time. But you know what I'm saying? But you had it, you know what I'm saying? Like
the Lakers and Boston didn't go at it each year for 4 years straight.
Right.
That didn't happen. They played 3 out of 4, but
and they was the best teams for a whole decade. And they didn't make it 10 damn years in a row to play each other. So how the hell do we fast forward to 2018, 17, 16, 15, and you got the same damn matchup? I don't care if the same team make it. Because how the Buffalo Bills made it 4 times in a row. But it was all right, they lost twice to the Cowboys, they lost to the 49ers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was you got a different matchup, and it was alternating years at that.
Right.
So it's like, why are you giving me the same thing over? So because this is this case, why play a regular season? Why have a damn All-Star game? Why do this if we know that we gonna see Cavaliers versus the Warriors? What's the purpose of doing all this other shit?
Right. What? You reach a point where at the end of the day, for it to be to me, the question somebody asked me, man, that's just greatness. And I say, no, this is just repetitive.
It's not greatness.
This is not greatness. When you try to tell me 4 teams, and and to be honest with anybody, this is an effect of not just the East, but the Western Conference too. At the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, I understand KD signed with that team, but let's get that fact straight. They went to 2 NBA Finals without Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So let's just clear the air with that one there. I stated earlier in the show, if Chris Paul had been healthy, I think the Rockets beat them people. But reality is, he wasn't healthy. You still got to find a way to beat them people. You were up 3-2. You need to win the game. Find a way. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting bad. I saw a video earlier. It'd be more embarrassing if the Cleveland Cavaliers did something next offseason and the Golden State Warriors did next offseason, and you see this foolishness again.
Well, Cleveland's most set up to do something next season.
Well, Cleveland's most set up because you got the 8th overall pick.
Yeah.
They're set up to do something. So
you gonna get you somebody.
Yeah, so you reach a point where at the end of the day, this is not greatness. This is very repetitive. You guys and other teams need to figure something out. One of these teams need to lose. This is not greatness. This is not destiny, nor dynasty for that matter. This is foolishness. One of you teams needs to step up and beat this team. The Rockets, you were up 3-2. You should have found a way to win the game. I know Chris Paul didn't play, but find a way to win the game. Get to the finals. He'd have probably been healthy by game 3 or game 4. You know what I'm saying? But Boston, you had them down 3-2. Find a way to win again in Cleveland. Find a way to win the last home game. You have to do this because at the end of the day, this is getting repetitive. This is not greatness. This is not a dynasty. This is foolishness.
This sucks.
This sucks. This sucks.
And y'all wonder why I'm not a fan of the NBA. Y'all wonder why I just have players in the NBA. This is why. Look.
Go ahead before we gotta go to break, but go ahead.
I just think about the great sport of football. The best team in the NFC made it. The best team in the AFC make it? Nope. Best team, you know what I'm saying? The year before, the best team in the AFC made it. Did the best team in the NFC make it? Nope. You know what I'm saying? They was like maybe the fourth, you know what I'm saying? You know, it is always something.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? Different matchup, different matchup, different matchup. And it means something.
Right.
Look, you see a favorite like the Steelers get put out by a young upstart team in Jacksonville. Watch out.
You have that.
You know what I'm saying? It's every year a different matchup. Never 4 years in a row, man. NBA, get your shit together.
Yeah, it is. Listen, y'all stay tuned. Listen, we coming right back. Listen, we didn't get a chance to talk about the sports gambling. The federal, government has now made sports gambling legal throughout the United States. Now, it's up to individual states to see what they're going to do. Y'all come back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. We're going to talk about the integrity of the game, when it comes down to sports gambling, now that it's federally legal to have sports betting. Y'all come back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Don't go nowhere. Come right back.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey, it's your girl Black Coco, and tune in with me Thursdays at 9 p.m. where we talk everything sex, from the latest sex topics to the latest sex trends and a few exotic dancers. Plus, you never know who might drop in. Tune in with me on the Pleasure Hour, only on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, DJ.
Know how it's going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom. Let's go.
Holla at you, man, and act with us. And we gonna make this thing on the pop and New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity and life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Pooga Williams, 27 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
My name is A.K.A. Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Hi, I'm
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, we're at the 7 o'clock hour. Again, tag a friend, add a friend. We got more sports stuff we can be talking about later on in the show. We get into NFL. We're talking top 5 quarterbacks. Who is your top 5 quarterback going to be in 2018? We're talking that around closer to 7:30. But right now, we're going to be talking a little about sports gambling and also get into the NFL national anthem talk, because we can get a chance to address it and talk about it. Right now, if people don't know, NFL from a federal level is now it's legal. It's been a long time waiting, for the federal government to now make this a very legal thing when it comes to sports gambling. We've been knowing this going around for years. Vegas has made a lot of money off sports gambling. Now, this federal government has now made it legal for each and every state to regulate their own way of sports betting. They can do this legally now. The question we have for everybody tuning in, leave your comments. We want to get to this because a lot of people want to talk about it, and now this is the time we want to get to it. Do you think that now that sports betting is legal, does it think it's going to maybe affect the integrity of sports? Now that it's legal, football, basketball, baseball. We've heard of guys, in the past who's taking bribes. Tim Donahue for basketball. You know what I mean? Just to give out an example of one guy. Obviously, sport and betting is a big revenue generator, but the question is, can people be compromised now that it's a federally legal thing to have sports betting wagered? So, what's your one of your takes on it on sports betting, sports gambling, so to speak, now being federally legal? Or did the federal government just do it because there's so much money being made on a black market of it to where they just want their piece of the pie? Now they can tax it.
Yeah, it's just like weed. Just like weed. Look, it's a loser battle. It was a battle that you was losing. It's just like, look.
Battle that you're losing.
This goes way back to Prohibition. You made alcohol legal. It was still booming. The only difference was you wasn't getting your cut.
You weren't getting your cut.
Look, damn, I gotta get my cut now. If everybody gonna do it, there's nothing I can do to stop it. I gotta
get my money. I got to take the black market out.
Look, they was sending so many people to jail for it. Look, they were giving people long sentences for it, and look, you still wasn't stopping it. Well, you know what? Now I'm gonna leave it up to the states, but we gonna get our cut.
Correct.
Now gambling. Gambling been going on since the Bible days. Look, I bet he threw that stone farther than you. That's a gamble.
Right.
All the way to now. People do it, but now why not get paid for it?
Right.
That's what the federal government's about. Look, one of the main you gotta understand one of the main reasons why they're doing it. They got a big deficit.
Correct.
Anything that can help
money.
Contribute to this deficit. Look, everybody makes bets in Vegas. That's what people go to Vegas for.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they have a whole room set up for you to come in. Look, this is the odds. This is this is the favorites. This is the line. This is the over. This is the under. You know what I'm saying? You go in there just to get information on for you to place your bet.
Correct.
So now everybody's gonna get paid for it. This is the problem I have with it. Cause now, if you remember the movie Blue Chips, you open up that door. You open up that door to.
Yes.
This is where it hurts the most. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt the professional game. Now, what it will do for the professional game is you have more. You just open the door for more conspiracy theorists to come in. Oh, it's fixed. Oh, it's that.
Yeah.
Because this much money was on the line.
You bring in the word rigged and you put in all capital letters versus lowercase letters.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You open that, and you'll never, as long as this is available, you'll never get rid of that stain for sports. That's just the way it is. What you open the door for is, all right, the NCAA don't want to pay these people.
Correct.
These people, these 17 to 22-year-old players.
Correct.
That generate billions and billions of dollars for the institution and for the NCAA as a whole.
Right.
So what you have now is, let's say I'm a rich kid.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a rich kid. Which I wish. Let's say I'm a rich kid. Let's say I'm a young rich kid that's in college at Alabama. Let's say my daddy runs one of the biggest oil companies in the world, and my mom is a huge real estate person. Coins ain't look.
Ain't an issue.
Look, when our households, fans and us, well, you find quarters and stuff, you know, in the couch, you might find 20s in the couch. You know what I'm saying? That's how rich I am. And let's say I make a bet with the wrong guy, just so happen to be in the mob. Okay. He threatened my life. I don't want Dad to know that I didn't took his money. So you know what? I'll go find the odds. Let's say Alabama is playing the University of Texas El Paso. 40-point favorite plus the win. They got, you know, everything's supposed to be going good for them. Not, you know, going into the bye.
Right.
Number one in the nation, number one in the college football playoff poll and all that stuff. Now, me as a rich kid, I come up to you as the starting quarterback. Look at man. My daddy gave me some money to play with. I placed $1 million bet.
Right.
Here's the proof.
Right.
I'm gonna give you. Here's $1 million right now. As a matter of fact, here's $500,000. Right now, you throw this game. You throw this game and y'all lose. I will triple what I gave you. And I won't say a word. You go out there, you do it. Why? You got a kid at home.
You got a kid at home.
You got a kid at home. You're not getting paid. You're getting beat up. Your dream is to make it to the NFL. What is one bad game for you?
None.
All right? Everybody, look, you know, everybody human. So you had your bad game. You draw the game. This happened. You already got your $500 that you just sit home. Now you done got broke off triple of that, and this kid just got this monster off the back.
Correct.
Who can cover that now? Because now you can legally bet across the board.
Correct. And you can do it, and the states have the individual rights to do this on an individual loan.
So that's what's going to affect. The NCAA game is about to get affected big time.
Correct.
And the only way that the NCAA can fix this
is to start compensating players.
Now you're going to have to start paying.
You got to start compensating players.
Because you can't, look, there might be one rich kid, but you got rich alums.
You got poverty kids.
You got rich alums.
Yeah.
You got boosters. You got boosters. You got people who just well off at what they do. They're not rich, but they well off at what they do. They got their own business. I'm a diehard Texas A&M fan.
Yeah.
Look.
Not just that, but just to add to your point, if certain states do this now, because see now it was mainly dominated in Vegas. Now other states now can do this. States like Texas. States like I'm just giving states Arizona. You're gonna have other New York. You're gonna have other states, Virginia. You're gonna have other states. Obviously, you got DraftKings. You got all these other things, right? All these sports gambling. These things are gambling things. So you're gonna be able to bet these odds legally now. You know, depending on what your state wants to do. I think the biggest detriment to the game is, you know, first and foremost, I'm gonna get cleared out the way. Now that it's legal, put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Now that it's legal, Pete Rose, you're in the Hall of Fame. That's just what it is. But second and not least, what you're going to have is, and I see it a mile away, that you're going to have, not so much on a professional level, but on a collegiate level, you're going to have these kids looking at these spreads and seeing these numbers, and at the end of the day, these kids can be compensated money to make sure that their teams finish out with these spreads, and it's going to be perfectly legal to do this. You're going to have big states that's going to generate so much revenue, tax dollars, off of sports and gambling. But the integrity of the game needs to still find a way to stay intact. You're not going to know that because there's so much dollars that's going to come in from a legal transparency level, see what I'm saying, to decide the outcome of football game from a points level. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. From a spread standpoint. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at the same, man, the integrity of the game could truly be affected because you made this federally illegal, but reality when it comes to sports, we believe that we want to be the pureness of it and the passion of it. But so many states are going to generate revenue off of this. I can see a state like Texas getting big into this. I can see a state like Virginia getting big into this. I can see a lot of Pennsylvania, depending on how its sports is. A state like Ohio, you know what I mean, who has college football. You know what I mean? A state like Alabama. Certain states, Georgia, a big state. You're going to see big Florida, big states, where you're going to go in there and start wagering so much money on sports betting and wages that, man, you're going to start to wonder if the integrity of the game is starting to be infected, because you're going to start seeing a lot of teams not making spreads and doing certain things. You're saying to yourself, man, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Because now that the gambling sport is legal.
Now, the only way the NFL can get out ahead of this, NFL, NBA, the professional, the only way they can get out ahead of this, make it like if the law didn't pass, go ahead and adjust it in your bylaws, but have a policy, have a stipulation. Look, tell players like, look, okay, you can bet.
Yeah, can they bet? Right.
Look,
can they bet?
You can bet because it's a law. Look,
you can't stop them. They're a citizen. They're a citizen. They can bet.
It's a law.
What about that?
You can bet, but here's the thing: you cannot bet on your game.
Okay.
You cannot bet on the game that you're
playing,
that you're a part of.
They can bet.
If it's found out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just put it like, look, if it's found out that you bet it
on your team,
on your team, you will be expelled from the league.
Yeah, because you're going to have this in all sports. NHL, MLB, boxing.
And what that does is when you hear like expelled, like you done, like you can't come back to the league. Like you're banned from the league.
Correct.
So now what that does is like, okay, well look, I can bet on this, boom, boom. Look, I got college. Look, I went to college with Fred. Hey Fred, man, what y'all looking at over there? What's y'all game plan? Cause we just played the Chiefs last week. We know y'all play them this week.
Yeah.
Like, what's y'all game plan? All right. We had trouble with this, Joe. Okay, so that's what y'all do. Well, I'm taking with that plus what they did to us. All right. Look, I got $100,000 on the Chiefs winning this game because what they about to do ain't gonna
work. Ain't gonna pass.
They ain't got what we got, and we struggle, and that's their game.
Ain't gonna fly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could do that, but you
can't bet against your own. You can't bet against yourself on your own team.
And what that does, that helps with the integrity of what you're putting out there. And what you also do is you go find like former FBI guys that that's retired, former, you go find these other people. Cause look, y'all with the who's who, y'all rub elbow with the president. Y'all go find these other guys, these counter terrorists, interrogation guys. Look, you go hire a panel full of them. Look, all right, I want every player in. Look, this is all the players we got in our league. I want all the offshore accounts.
You got to check their revenue.
We gonna monitor this.
You got to monitor their revenue.
We gonna monitor this.
Because they can send their money over to a bookie and still bet on themselves. Right. Or I'm gonna send it to a runner, and the runner make the bet, but he gets the dollars. But the reality, that's my money.
Let's see. That's the only way you can get out in front of it. Cause once it comes out that like if it comes out that it's rigged or anything like that, you lose.
Yeah, because if a guy feels like, man, I'm just using a football team for example. I'm gonna just say a player on his team, right? We're like, man, our game plan ain't gonna be effective against this team. Man, the spread 4 points, man, we about to lose by 7. We gonna lose today. Man, that guy puts down $100,000. He's just a runner. He puts it in and boom.
Or you might be, look, you part of your team, and let's say, all right, for instance, let's say I play for the Panthers. We don't pass the ball anyway. Then it makes us dangerous, our quarterback. And I just coach just came in.
Right.
And said, look, our leaders got to lead by example. Cam broke this rule. He's not playing this game.
Right.
You get this information before Adam Schefter, before it's announced and stuff, so you go ahead, look. Hey, look, hey, Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Look, shut up, man. Look, Cam not playing. We're going to go to the number 1 rush defense in the league, too.
Spread 5 points.
So, look, bet that we don't cover.
We'll cover.
Bet that we don't lose, that we going to lose, and bet that they going to go 2 times over. Like,
right.
So, you're going to give them all the information to make your bets.
Before the information come public.
You know what I'm saying? So because you have, and that's just like the stock market. It's nothing different. Look, you can't, you go to jail for inside trading.
Inside trading.
So, make it and make that part of you, and then if you adopt that, if you adopt that mindset, the same mindset that the stockbrokers have, you adopt that into your bylaws. Look, not only will you be banned, this is like inside betting, so you will go to jail.
Correct. We can federally prosecute you. We can go federal prosecution,
and we will.
And we will. We'll go to the extent of the law because we want to protect the integrity of the game.
And if you do that, then you'll be good.
Yeah, because I see in the first 12 months of this, when it starts to become a big thing, that I can see how it could just get out of hand. You see what I'm saying?
And the people person Pete made a hell of a statement. Watch the movie for the younger fans. So some of the old fans, if you need to refresh your mindset, go back and watch The Last Boy Scout.
Yes.
Watch the opening scene in the movie when a running back get the ball and he break all the way down the field and he just pull out a gun and start shooting folks.
Yeah.
And then there's a cop come on the horse and he just smile and he smiled at the dude, say what he had to say, and he shot himself. Like that's a prime example.
Prime example.
But if you put the bylaws in this type of way, you maintain the integrity of what you putting out there.
That's facts. That's facts, P. The people's person, he nailed it. He nailed it. I just see that you're going to have certain bylaws in place before you really start to get this thing on the floor. Granted, we understand that sports gambling is just as big. Now, we understand that they want to capitalize. They got a deficit. They got to make some revenue. We got that part. But people take sports very seriously, and there's different sports. And there's football, there's MLB, football, basketball, soccer, NHL. You got other leagues coming up like the Big Three. You know what I mean? You got other leagues that, I'm just using them as an example that, hey, listen, you want to help do what you can do to help protect the integrity of your sport, that the games are being played, that they're not being played from a point standpoint, that the only compensation that these guys are receiving are the compensation that they're getting through the contracts of their play. So the game is real, because the only compensation they're receiving is through the contract they receive from the organization, the team. You don't need to see that they're getting compensation otherwise or other places.
And then another thing you could do before we switch to the next subject, the last thing you could do that could protect the integrity of your league, say it's illegal for all officials, team owners, presidents and GMs, commentators, and analysts.
Beat writers
to bet. Well, you can't control the beat writers because they work for actual private
institute, right?
Institute.
Okay,
but to super protect what you got going on,
they can't make it wet.
Look, anybody that can control a roster, that means coaches, trainers, upper management, and owners, it's
banned forbidden to make a bet.
It's forbidden for you to make a bet. If you do, you can keep it. You keep the name of your team because it's your team. But look, your team will not be permitted to play in the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, so on, so on.
Or automatically your team is up for sale, you're out, or some dramatic penalty needs to be against you because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you need to have something in place to know that ownership is not swaying the integrity of the sport and the integrity of the game. That's something that you need to have in place. That's something that you need to do. That's something you need to know because at the end of the day, ownership can't do that. And I'll probably go a step further. I don't think I would want them betting, even if it's not their sport.
No, you can't. No, don't, because then what you risk to having a loser. Your growth is all about investment. No matter what you do, no matter what type of business you is, it's all about investing. So, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I would.
So the owner of a football team can bet on a major league team.
Yeah,
basketball team.
But then you get into a situation where if you like the Pistons owner, where you own the NHL team and the NBA team, where you can't bet in your both teams. Or do somebody like Robert Kraft, who owns the NHL team and the NFL team, where the only sport that you can bet on is baseball and NBA.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Now, David, do I ask a question? You know, so you can't bet on yourself? What's the problem with that? That's inside trading. That's just like me. That's just like me being the CEO of Microsoft, and let's say I just bought Apple. Nobody knows it.
Right.
Nobody knows it, and let's say I have stock in Apple. So let's say I sell all my stock in Apple, and then I buy like 500,000 shares in Microsoft. That's inside trading. I go to jail and I lose everything I just worked my butt for.
Now David Bush says it, but I'm saying I will win, not that I will lose. You can't influence that.
But that questions the integrity, because
the integrity of the game.
What happens if, all right, prime example, and I hate to say it because I don't want to relive the past. What happened if legalized betting was, if this rule had happened last year, then the outcome of the Saints-Vikings playoff game. See I'm going with this? You see the Saints come back, and you see Marcus Williams miss that tackle. Now, there's already conspiracy theories out there saying, look, he drew the game, he got a bag, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, with legalized betting, you see a play like that, and now it's like, man, what, man? Oh, man, he didn't drew the game because he had money. He had money on the Vikings.
Correct.
He put his whole paycheck on the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? So he drew that, or he had to cover the spread some type of way.
Right.
Or if you rewind it back a little farther, if you look at the Seahawks versus the Patriots, when the Seahawks could have won back to back.
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
And you see Russell Wilson, throw it. Now it's like, look, you
start questioning every play.
You go to
what's going on.
You go just 2 years back. Now you see the Patriots down 28-3, and now you wonder, man, did Kyle Shanahan throw the game? You know what I'm saying? It's two, and then if you get we just saying a whole bunch of what if situations, and we just three people, me, Fred, and David, who's asking these questions.
Right.
Now, just imagine if the whole fan base is thinking that. You lose your fan base. I don't care what you put on the field. If the fans are not watching it or not showing enough to turn, you're losing money.
Now he said, don't Floyd do that already? Bet on himself? That's the question in boxing. Like I mentioned that in boxing.
But boxing is mandated. You know what I'm saying? It's legal. Cause look what they like. Cause you do it. You fight in. They fight in Vegas. Like that's like the cream of the crop. You fight in the betting mecca of the world.
So you're saying in boxing, it's nothing wrong with a boxer betting on himself?
Yeah, like they do it. Like it's nothing. Like it's because like they look. You think about it.
It's an individual sport. It's me against you. It's an individual sport. And
they have a board too. Because just think about it like this: as great as Mike Tyson was, when he came back, he could only fight in 3 cities: New York, Vegas, and Florida. That's the only states that the boxing commission gave him permission to fight in his area. So, that's individual. We talking about team.
Right.
Then when you think about it like this too, boxing ain't making the money that football making.
No.
You can bring back Muhammad Ali, Riddick Bowe, George Foreman.
The promoters are running the sport. That betting been going on a long time.
The promoters run
back. They had no commissioner.
Don King.
They have no commissioner.
The guy that backed the old white guy that backed Rocky Marciano.
Yeah, the promoters run boxing. They have no commissioner. That's the problem when people fat about boxing, because they have no commissioner in the sport.
And then think about it too.
And Pete said a mile run boxing. We all know that.
The Money Mayweather is his own promoter. Just like Oscar De La Hoya was his own promoter. So he's gonna win 3 ways. He's gonna get his promotion cut. He's gonna get the bout purse, and he gonna win off of his product. And bets if he do it that way.
Check.
So if you want to keep the integrity of the game, you can't do it that way. That's just what it is.
But in boxing, it's different. I would say this because it's an individual sport, and it's been taking place on. I think every boxer. What's different about boxing is that I don't think boxers are betting themselves to lose because after a certain amount of losses, he's no longer a prize fighter. So people are not spending that much money on him to lose. So it's a little different in that sport because that not having an O matters. You see what I'm saying? In that sport. So that's what his real money is being generated from him winning in boxing versus him losing.
Nah, David, you make a hell of a point. But see, this is where the code of ethics come in. For every guy that thinks like you, Dave, there's a guy that's on a practice squad who's not getting a $4-5 million, well, a $1.2 million deposit into his account every Monday. And look, I didn't borrow my mama this house. I didn't borrow, you know what I'm saying? I didn't borrow all these people. I'm take care of my whole family. It's just me. And you know what I'm saying? I got to take care of my house inside. I got to make some money. I got to make it fat. What way to do it? All right, I could bet on this thing, and at practice, I can make it look like I'm going. I could go hard. I know when they call this play, and I could just stumble, and I could hit Le'Veon Bell on the knee real quick, and he out for 2 or 3 weeks. I could do that.
Right. Now, he just also said it should be illegal to bet against yourself.
Well, yourself is part of your team, too.
Yeah, he got a great point. I mean, he said, all I'm saying is his first statement was, all I'm saying is, if I'm betting on myself on being great can't help me, playing poorly or throwing a game is not in your favor if you bet on yourself. I feel where you are going, but if self-betting now, if you put money against yourself, that's a no-go. I agree with that.
But see, then what happens? As a team, as a coach, then you you'll go against the scheme and the game plan.
What if you're the kicker? You see what I'm saying? Because he may have one moment where he may miss a chip shot.
But what happens? What happens if you don't get that moment? What happens if you don't get a moment to kick a field goal?
I'm using him as an example. Right. He may not get the chance, but I'm saying in the moment.
But then on the flip side, what if you're a quarterback? Yeah. And you up? You know what I'm saying? You up 35-0, and you checking every play to a pass because you bet on yourself that you're gonna throw 450, but you don't care about the pick. You trying to get your 450.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But look, we gotta take our last break. You know what I'm saying? We'll come right back we'll finish off the show with the NFL anthem, our views on the NFL anthem talk, and then our top 5 quarterbacks. So don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere. Add a friend, because I know a lot of y'all want to talk about the anthem talk, and now they don't want to talk about who the top 5 quarterbacks going to 2018. Gotta have that conversation.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh yeah, we live there. We in here. New Orleans, baby. Yeah.
Y'all know how it's going down. Skip, chicken and watermelon on New Orleans Talk Network. Boom. Let's go.
Holla at you, man, and act with us. And we gonna make this thing on the pop and New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real energy. And not only sports, it's everyday activity in life, man.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
My name is A.K.A. Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuned into FanView.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with G Sports. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A. and on Twitter, G_paid-in-full 08.
Pay me the money. money. What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, Oldie but Goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It's FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, tag a friend, add a friend. I know a lot of everybody want to get into the conversation about the NFL National Anthem. We didn't get a chance to talk about it in the past couple weeks. The last week's show was a 1-hour show. Then we had another show we didn't get a chance to get into because we had a lot of other things to discuss. But we finally around to this topic of the NFL National Anthem policy.
Yeah.
If people who do not know, who are unclear of some of the rules of the NFL National Anthem policy. Obviously, the NFL wants players to stand for the National Anthem. There's a now the players have the option, to not be out there for the National Anthem, or if they have another different, they don't have to be present for that particular part of the anthem. But if you are a player and you decide not to stand, you're going to penalize your football team. There will be a 15-yard penalty against your team. I think it's for kickoff or so, I believe, or something like that. I don't remember that part of it, but I know there's a penalty against the team. Now, I don't know if there's a fine against that particular player or not. But
yeah, there's a fine.
There's a fine.
The fine against the player and the team.
And the player and the team for this particular transaction. The question we have to everybody is, I know there's a lot of conversation about it, the question is there a true need for this particular policy to have in the NFL? It's not a football-related policy. That means it does nothing to affect the integrity of the game or improve the game. None of these things, Is this policy truly necessary to have in football at the NFL level? I'll start it off. I'll just be honest. I had this conversation. I brought it up throughout the week on FanView. I posted a picture of, Tim Tebow. Just to kind of create some kind of conversation, kind of ruckus. And my take on it was this. Not that people don't understand, Tim Tebow didn't kneel for the national anthem. He kneeled during games. He kneeled during celebrations to, honor, God. He puts God first. He's a Christian guy. He puts God first. When it comes down to talking to this guy, that's the kind of person he is. Not just the player, but that's the person that he is. He always had a chance and opportunity to kneel and praise God during a football game. My question to a lot of people was this. Is there a need for this policy if Tim Tebow, as polarizing as he was, decided to kneel for the national anthem and his suggestion would have been because I put God first, over the red, white, and blue? Would there still be a need for a policy like this? The reason why this policy has come about because players have now made suggestions of protesting against social injustice issues going on throughout the United States. And they made this particular, and what's happened is, this is just me, the NFL started advertising the national anthem starting in 2009 for military recruitment. To recruit armed forces to come inside the military. So this is why it's been advertised, because when we watched the games back in the past, when we were coming up, Coach Hen, it was never advertised. All we saw was kickoff. That's just the facts, So they started advertising that they received money from the Department of Defense to advertise to help with military recruitment. I got it. So when they start advertising and you start seeing guys sitting down, kneeling during this time, it affects the revenue. And so my question to a lot of people was, would this policy still be in place if a guy like Tim Tebow, if he would have kneeled, and his reasoning for kneeling would have been, I put God first before the flag? And my question would be, the answer that I think, because this is all speculative, because he never kneeled for the anthem, would be no. There wouldn't be a need for this policy.
And I'll tell you, you're wrong.
That's just how I feel.
this is, and I don't mean to cut you off, because this is why it'd be wrong. Because it got swept under the rug real quick. Social media wasn't out, especially in full force as it was.
Like it is 2015 and 16.
Jay Cutler, who preceded Tim Tebow as the Broncos quarterback, before when Tebow was still playing in college, Jay Cutler taped the cross on his cleats, and he had a Bible scripture on the side of his cleats. NFL fined him $875,000 for that. And Jay Cutler at the time was the bottom of the elite quarterbacks. Still Brady, still you had to throw both of the Mannings in there.
Yeah.
Brett Favre and all that stuff, but he was the bottom of the elite, especially with Josh McDaniels being his coach.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So if you fired somebody for that, and like they made a big fuss about it, like they zoomed in on his cleats, they with the scripture and all that stuff, and then this is when also HBO was real big with the Inside the NFL show segment, where they'll break down every game of the week, and then they'll do the behind the look stuff, and that came up as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the suspension and the ruling came out after that week, so they asked him before, like this is way before the suspension already came out. Man, why you did that? He said, well, I've had my medical condition, type 2 diabetes. I have to get the medicine and all that stuff, and I'm playing in a place with high altitude where this will usually hurt me.
Right.
So as great as Ryan Clark was in the NFL, he could never play in Denver.
He could never play in Denver
because of the sickle cell
Correct.
Disease that he had. So, he was like, I'm just blessed to do that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just reaching out to all fellow Christians. That was his word. I remember it clear as day, because I actually wrote a report on it in high school for Coach Smith.
Gotcha.
So I remember clear as day, and then, that was the outcome. So they did that to him. What do you think they would have did to Tebow?
Well, here's my thing with Tim Tebow, and I'm using him as my example. We had a guy who was kneeling during games, who kneeled continuously, who was not fined for kneeling. That means he kneeled before games, he kneeled during touchdown celebration. His kneel became very popular because of the times and the moments that he decided, and because he's a Christian, he put God first. So if he decided to kneel for the anthem, and his reasoning was, I'm speculating on what his reason would be.
Right.
Because that was his previous reason for kneeling. I'm saying to myself, does the NFL say, hey, I don't care what's it for? See what I'm saying? I don't care if you put God first or not. You need to stand for the anthem. Now, granted, I'm speculating because he never kneeled for the anthem. But I'm speculating. I'm basing on if that was his reasoning.
This is the main reason why this got up and out of roar is because, now, as a former player myself, I've known guys plenty of time. Look, you sometimes, like when the national anthem is playing, you seeing guys getting taped up, sitting down on the bench, getting taped up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on. The sidelines is hectic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So standing up for the anthem was never a big deal.
Right.
To be honest. To be honest with you. It had become a big deal, and y'all can say what y'all want, but just be real about yourself, especially with people that play sports. Before 9/11, you'll look on the sideline, it'll be people, like the anthem will be playing, people be sitting there talking and all that stuff.
Half the stands wasn't even standing for it.
The only people that was legit just standing for it, the referees, because they have to do it.
They have to do it.
You know what I'm saying? But it'll be guys like, you know what I'm saying, they still amping themselves up. Like, ain't nothing amped up about the national anthem, especially when you know the whole story of the national anthem. So you ain't amped up behind it, nothing like that.
But 9/11 happened.
9/11 happened.
We came as a country, unification.
What 9/11 did, it forced patriotism. It forced patriotism. It was like you can't be in this country and not be because what happened. You know, you couldn't be a human being and that not affect you. You couldn't be an American and that not affect you. So you rolled the wave of that. But guess what? Just all waves go up,
come down.
But they also come down.
There's peaks and valleys.
And look, nothing, especially once they got Bin Laden, once they got Saddam Hussein, once all this stuff started happening, and you know, you started once people started feeling quote unquote safe again, and you came down off that wave, and it never, you know, the issue never was.
It never was an issue because Marshawn Lynch was sitting for.
Marshawn Lynch stayed sitting, and he
will
always sit. Look, Ray Lewis used to put his helmet down and walk the sidelines through the national anthem.
Yeah,
the proper protocol for the national anthem. You're supposed to stop what you're doing, put your right hand over your heart. You know what I'm saying? He used to walk. You know what I'm saying? Like you used to see quarterbacks when the national anthem playing, got their helmet on, still warming up, loosening up. So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So nobody hardly, you know what I'm saying? That's when people started really just standing up for the national anthem. That's just realistic. I don't care who you are, what you look, you could have served 50 tours in the Israelites versus Jerusalem war. You would still sit down. Yeah. That's just what it was.
That's what it was.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'll say this. This is what it is. I understand both sides of it. I understand both sides of it.
So did the NFL get it right?
They had to do something.
Okay.
Because you got to understand what the NFL is. NFL is not football, even though that's the moniker. It's not a pat you on the back. It's not a get rich type thing. NFL is a business.
Yes.
No matter what business you do, the first rule of business is you have to honor a contract.
Yes, facts. The Department of
the Department of Defense is a contract.
Contract.
Look, it's certain things that they do to keep that contract.
Correct.
They send certain players on their off week across seas to the USCO bases and stuff. You know, putting these guys on a military base. Just to sit there, walk, talk, throw the ball around with these guys. Look, they do that to keep in compliance with their contract. Right. One of the other things was they have to advertise and that. All right, so look, you can't put look, we do a show. Our producer, even a damn intern, not gonna sit back there and let us do a bad promo drop and run it.
You know what
I'm saying? Because that's what you put out there.
Correct.
But but then on the other side, I understand the injustice. I understand how people feeling about it. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL's like they gave you an option.
Right.
This is the only reason why I say they got it a little right. They gave you an option. They didn't say if you kneel, you're done. They say, all right, look, if you don't want to stand for the national anthem, stay in the locker room.
Stay in the locker room.
Now here's the consequences. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we'll just roll with that.
Well, the consequence. I don't think there's a consequence if you go in the locker room.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it's no penalty. It's just it's a fine. You know what I'm saying? If you stay in the locker room, you know what I'm saying? That's just it. You know, this is what's gonna happen.
Right.
Now, what the NFL did do though, they opened up a door. This is what I'm telling you her. I advertising it every day. You know what I'm saying? Certain things is certain things. What happens if this is the Super Bowl? You got two black coaches. Look, the NFL is predominantly black. They run out the tunnel and stuff you catch every day. Look, now they broadcast the national anthem and the people holding the flag. What happens if both teams, while they sing the national anthem, you got a live feed going and both teams walk back in the locker room? That's bad.
That's bad.
That's a bad look. This is what you open the door for. So what the NFL, now, I understand them taking this step. Now, the next step is you got to understand that, look, majority of your league consists of people of a color who endures this injustice.
Right.
Then on top of that, most of your fan base recognizes with them, and it is the same color, or if they're not in the same color, grow up in the same situation that these guys is. So they got they back. So what you do, you got to meet halfway. All right, you obligated the first half. Your first half of the deal, you got to protect that contract, and you explain it to the players. There's nothing against y'all. We have to protect contracts. This is what we will. This is what we are doing, though. We're getting so you get with every local chief, every place that there is an NFL team, you get that police chief, you get the mayor, you get the governor, you know what I'm saying, and you talk about racial profiling, injustice, and all that stuff. And what happens, what you do with that is you dress it up. You know, you get the leaders of the team and different leaders in the community. They all come together, say you know what I'm saying, we are one people. You know, come up with a phrase. You know what I'm saying. Look, we stand behind you. Injustice has to stop, and you run that local clip for that team. So ours will look different than Atlanta's. Atlanta's is gonna look different from Denver's. Denver's is gonna look different from California. You know what I'm saying? You get that, and what that does is the players all right, we understand you had to make a business move, but you protect your employees. You understand, I understand what you did over here, but you and then you get the fans looking and saying, look, we see what you did. That's us who are business savvy, we understand what you did, but then we appreciate how you did it, how you fixed it.
Yeah. The one thing I did say, I agree with you on that. They opened up themselves for a can of worms on the biggest stage. For if something's going on in the country, on that particular stage, you open up yourself to a situation where that can look bad. Yeah. I'm talking about Super Bowl. If something's going on in the country, you open yourself up for that can of worms, and that's not what you want to do. That's where I kind of look at this policy. Would this policy really need it? No, but you have to do something because you have to protect the interests of the contract that you have. You have to do that because you're getting money from the Department of Defense. If you have a contract with somebody, they got to honor it. Yeah. So they got to go back to trying to protect the interests of the Department of Defense because they're receiving money from them. I told y'all this. Since 2009, they've been getting checks. They're getting checks. They're going to do what it takes to make sure the Department of Defense is happy. Why? Because they're in business with them.
And they got to look. And the thing about a contract is, if you don't uphold it, legally, I don't have to pay you.
I don't have to pay you. Or I breach the contract or I sue you or whatever. It is, you uphold your end of the bargain. Come up with policies to place and handle your business. Do I agree with the policies? No. But I know why they're doing it.
When you signed this contract, that's why they keen to turn all business ain't good business. Yeah, that might look. Yeah, Sprint might be a good. Sprint a good contract. They pay you, but when now my business got to have Sprint phones and nothing but Sprint can be used in my business, and there's always a drop call, and I can't, you know what I'm saying? Nah, y'all not up here, y'all in the bubble, y'all not changing that because y'all paying us X amount of $1 million a month.
That's just what it is. It is what it is. Now I'm losing business. Y'all got to go figure some things out on y'all. If I Papa John's out, it is what it is.
Look how fast. Look, they cut off. Look, you never seen Pizza Hut, Domino's. It's always been Papa John's. It's always been Papa John's. But look,
he had some racial slurs, blah blah.
And look how fast. You're done.
You're done.
A guy owned a team. Wait. He said what? You're done. Don't even look. Well, can I finish the season?
No.
You're done. Sell that shit now. Period. NBA showed you. Wait, he said what? Wait, hold on. They ain't play?
They ain't play?
And we hey, come here. Down, sir.
You're done. Sell your team. You got to check.
I don't care who run it, but you're done.
You done.
You know what I'm saying? So look, they shown you. Look, Medea said it.
Jared Richardson. Oh, we got racist.
You're done.
You're done.
Look, Medea said it. Medea said, look, a person show you who they are, believe them. And look, in business, look, they show you who, look, you're done.
You're done. Believe them.
But you need me. I don't need you. So look, you going to sell it, somebody going to buy it, and they going to come in, and the party ain't going to stop. The Panthers got a new owner, the party ain't stopped.
They ain't stopped.
Clippers got a new owner,
party ain't stopped.
Yeah, with it.
Party's still going, baby.
I still hear music. Facts. Now, we got 5 minutes left.
Top five.
Top five quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks. I'm going to start this one off.
Number 5.
Number 5.
For Fred.
Number 5 is Big Ben. What Big Ben can do rolling out of pocket. He's not the same Big Ben that we saw back in 2007 or 2010 when he won championships. He's not that Big Ben. But Big Ben still give me 40 yards. He can still give me 400 yards passing necessary. He can still break tackles. He still can give me 65 completion percentage. He's still going to give me maybe 35 touchdowns. My number 5 on my list is Ben Roethlisberger into the season. Who you got at number 5?
Number 5. Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
The numbers are there. Without Julio. Without Tony Gonzalez. With just the number 1. Back when it's just Roddy White. You know what I'm saying? Roddy White with Julio. Now it's Julio with Muhammad Sanu.
Right.
Matty Ice, look, he don't win on the big stage.
Right.
But damn it, when you talk about regular season,
statistically,
hey, he's one of the guys I wouldn't mind having.
Hey, statistically, he's that guy.
So to me, Matty Ice is the number 5 quarterback.
Number 4, Matty Ice. Matty Ice. Matty Ice. Listen, for guys, listen. As much as I'm a homer, I'm a Saints fan. Let's get something very clear. But I'm not gonna be disrespectful. This guy with the 2016 league season MVP. Let's not be disrespectful here. That guy can throw the ball. If Matt Ryan can probably average 70% completion percentage. Matt Ryan can throw for 5,000 yards. Matt Ryan can give me over 35 touchdowns. Let's not be disrespectful. Matt Ryan is probably my 4th overall quarterback in the league. He has been consistent, at least on over 4,000 for the past 5 or 6 seasons. This guy throws over 30 touchdowns each and every single season. At the end of the day, and his completion percentage is above 65%. This guy is a top 4 quarterback in this league.
Now my brother Chris Morgan said number 5, Russell Wilson. That's what he said. Hey. Man like what he likes.
The man like what he likes. But I understand.
Number 4. He don't get credit because he don't have big names around him. He just lost one. He just got one. He finally had a healthy season with one of his targets, but he's never got the credit that he's deserved, and the team is always in contention. Number 4, Phillip Rivers.
Keenan Allen came up big last year.
Look, Keenan Allen was so special. Look, he's always had. Look, the Chargers has always been a run-force organization.
Right.
But look, he did it with LT, Darren Sproles, now Melvin Gordon. You know, but still, he's leading them. Like, look.
Yes.
It's been so many fourth quarter, like it's been so many times that they're in the game because of Phillip Rivers. Now look, the defense will always implode, but Phillip would drive them down the field, get him in time, get him in range to win the game, and the field goal, and the kicker will miss it. Like he's one of the best 2-minute quarterbacks. Look, if you give him the lineup that Ben got,
right,
and Ben has always had. That's why that's why Ben don't make the top 5 for me. Spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? You know, you give him that lineup that he's always had. Look,
Phillip Rivers, it's hard to dispute that.
So Phillip is number 4.
It's hard to dispute. Number 3,
with all them damn kids.
That boy got 7 of them daddies. Boy, no low sperm count at all. Number 3 on my list.
My brother Coach Morgan agreed. Phillip Rivers is legit.
Yeah. Hey, no debate on that one. Hey. Number 3.
Swinging that thing, baby.
Number 3 on the list. I know a lot of y'all gonna, dislike me for this one, but here's the truth. It's Tom Brady.
Oh, shit.
It's Tom Brady. Here's the reason why, folks. Obviously, we know Tom Brady could come out here. You know, he's the most accomplished quarterback in the NFL history of the game. You know, he gonna come out here and throw for 68% completion percentage. He could throw to any target on his team. He is the general. He is the offense. But here's the thing with Tom Brady. He has plays in the NFC East where has given no competition to oppose his will. None whatsoever. Each and every season, you know the New England Patriots, whether he's playing quarterback or not, are going to be the contenders for that division. Now, he's going to throw for 4,500 yards. He's going to throw for 30-plus touchdowns. He is the reigning league MVP. But going into the season, he is third overall. He's going to give me every bit of effort as possible. But at the end of the day, his competition is the reason why I can't put him high. He has not been pressed to be better than what he is because the Dolphins, the Jets, or the Buffalo Bills are going to give him any opposition to make him a better quarterback. He's going to be great. His team is going to be phenomenal. But at the end of the day, he's going to have the right statistics. But for his opposition, I haven't really seen him really have to step his level of player because he's won his division 12 consecutive years. So overall, he's number 3 to me.
That's tough. I'm going to go even tougher. Coming off an injury. You don't know what you got. Same injury that's been giving you problems for the past couple of years. Your offensive line got downgraded.
Must be talking about that bad man.
Back to back. You lost your security blanket. You don't know who's the new number 1. The division has caught up with you. The division has caught up with you. It's facts. It is facts. The division is caught up with you. But that doesn't stop you from being for you. Look, there's 32 teams in the league. You number 3, baby. Discount double check.
Man, you must have done that bad man Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is number 3. You know what I'm saying? Look. As far as arm talent and all that great stuff, look, he's number 1. He probably the number 1 quarterback. But just drawing in these factors. Look, he's coming off an injury. Russell Cobb is coming off an injury. So is Devontae Adams. All right, you didn't replace none of them. You didn't get you no help right there. You also lost Jordy Nelson.
Got Jimmy Graham.
You got Jimmy Graham. That's 1 player. Russell Wilson had it for 2 years.
They drafted 4 receivers.
You count no just rookies to come in?
Man, you got that bad man. I got that
bad man. Check. Don't get it twisted. He's a bad man. And look, he'll probably, most likely, he is number 1. But I say, notice what we said, coming into the season. Look, I don't give a damn who you are. Look, if LeBron James came off his first injury, shit.
Okay.
In his career, he would not be going in. You would not be the number 1. You cannot be number 1 going in. Cause look, if you don't take the injury, in fact, well, shit, you could draw Andrew Luck in this motherfucker. You can draw. There's a whole look. This list could change, but I'm telling you, coming in and then it's his throwing shoulder too. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is number 3. Number 2 on this list.
Hell nah, PJ Famous James is not for me. I don't know. I don't know about Fred.
Top 5. James Winston. Boy, Famous Jameis Winston is not in the top 5. You done right. He's not in the top 5.
I can't speak for his top 5.
Boy, he's not my top 5.
Look, I love Craig Legs too much. That nigga steal too much from me. Straight up.
He out. All this. He ain't got no dubs. He ain't got no dubs. Number 2 for me. Listen, man. It's this man down here in the Oval. This guy who had the record now for total completion percentage in NFL history. This guy who just throws for 4,000 yards every season. This guy who just throws for 30 touchdowns a season. It's that man, number 9, Drew Brees. That man is my number 2 overall quarterback. When I enter a season, I know what I'm going to get from him every year. Completion percentage, passing yards, total yards, accuracy. None better, none other. That bad man, number 9, Drew Brees. He's my number 2 quarterback heading into the season. To me, he was one play away from getting to a conference championship. He's going to make sure this team is prepared and ready every single week to go out here and compete to try to win the big stage. That guy there is one of the best quarterbacks I've witnessed. And at the end of the day, heading into the season, I got him ahead of Tom Brady because of the division he plays in. He plays in a division where 3 teams made the playoffs. So this is why I have him ahead of Tom Brady. Only because of he's in a division where 3 teams made the postseason, and the NFC South was the best division in football. Don't debate me on that one.
That's facts.
That's facts. So this is why I have Tom Brady. That's why I have Drew Brees ahead of Tom Brady. Because of that reason. Because I know the Falcons are going to be there. I know the Panthers are going to be there. This division has 2 MVP at quarterback. So this is why he's my number 2.
And it's not Drew Brees.
And it's not Drew Brees. So this is why he's at number 2 for me. He's the number 2 quarterback heading to 2018.
Like 56 say, I know you like my style. Because look.
David, how we disrespectful? Let me know.
Breeze is number 2. It is number 2. It ain't far off. He's number 2. Real quick, while Breeze is number 2, no matter who you give him, no matter what the receiving core looks like, no matter who's that tight end, no matter how efficient you want to run, you know what you're gonna get week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? Look, the guy probably by week 5, week 6 is gonna break Brett Favre's passing record. You know.
Yes.
You know, so
yes.
To me,
yes.
Breeze is number 2. Man, number 1.
Number 1. Number 1. Number 1 quarterback heading in 2018. I know he's coming up with injury, folks. I understand that. But that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. See, that guy there has showed me season after season that at the end of the day, when he's under center, the Packers are in contention. They're going to make a run. He's that important to any franchise until under court. This is the guy who can make every throw. He just added, I know you got rid of Jordan Nelson. I know he was just a security blank like Coach Hen said. He was that guy for him. But Devontae Adams going to come back next year. Randall Cobb will come back next year.
You hope.
But even if those guys come back, that bad man Aaron Rodgers is so important to the Green Bay Packers' success. As long as he comes back healthy, that guy's going to give you what you need for the Green Bay Packers to be successful. This is what I know. The Green Bay Packers are going to be competitive due to his ability. He's that important to a franchise. So heading into the season, I'm saying to myself, this guy's going to be the number 1 quarterback in all of football going to the season because he's that important to try to get to win a division of that team. It's Aaron Rodgers, number 1.
A wise man once told me change is good. But a wiser man also told me dollars is better.
Dollars better.
And goddamn it, when you got fucking $5, you a rich man.
You're a rich man. You're a rich man.
Look, you got more Super Bowl damn rings than
any quarterback.
Than coaches besides your own. The coaches, quarterbacks, players that is playing to this day, right now. Let me tell you something, Tom Brady, folks. Look, Tom Brady, period. Number 1. Don't you give him a weapon, you take away a weapon. He showed you. Look, from the Wells Welker days to now where he got where he had James White. Look, you lost Amendola. Okay.
You lost Brandon Cooks.
Okay. What you do to replace it? Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Because he's still going to throw for 4,000 because your division is sorry. It's not his fault that he got drafted to a sorry division. Everybody seems to piss their pants when they played against him. So you're going to have Gronkowski running wide open down the middle of the scene like they still haven't figured out that that's the guy you got to cover. You get Julian Edelman coming back, who all he does is just catch fucking passes. It don't matter who they throw. Look, Chris Hogan, look, he was a shell. He didn't know, nobody knew who he was when he played for Buffalo. He come here, goddamn it, he winning Super Bowls and shit, making big plays. Look, you got Cordero Patterson now. You got one of the fastest guys in the league. You put him with Tom Brady. What are you gonna do? Cha-ching.
Dollars, baby.
Dollars, baby.
Dollars, baby.
5, baby. What Brady number is? 12. Well, 1 + 2. You carry the 2 motherfuckers that he just lost. That's 5, goddammit. And that's what he give you. 5, baby. Brady number 1. And I hate the motherfucker. There it is, baby.
Michigan, baby.
And so recap. Recap. Fred's top 5 is
Big Ben.
5.
That's out. Matty Ice 4. Tom Brady 3. Drew Brees 2. That bad man in Green Bay discount double check number 5.
And the
number
best,
1.
the best one is mine. You know, 5 is Matty Ice. 4 is Phillip Rivers. 3, coming off an injury, discount double check. 2, Who That Nation's own. And 1, hey, dollars are better than cents, baby. Look, so now that y'all know how we doing this, next week we flip it to the best side of the ball.
Defense,
and we gonna do the quarterbacks of the defense. So get ready with y'all top 5
linebackers.
You know what I'm saying?
Week.
And Chris Morgan, you know, he dropped his top 5. He said his top 5 is Russell Wilson number 5, Phillip Rivers 4, Breeze 3, Aaron Rodgers 2, Brady 1. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. Y'all drop them.
Y'all leave y'all top 5 in there.
Now y'all know how we rocking.
Rocking.
This is how we coming out. We got the game 1.
Game 1 tonight.
Fred gonna drop a video later.
That's a fact.
About my dog LeBron going 45, 55 points. You know what I'm saying?
12 assists, 10 rebounds, triple double.
And hopefully they skip out with a win. But if not, I don't care because I don't like the NBA. Because football is where it's at, baby. And we're 91 days away from high school football. Get ready. Goddamn it, what?
It's going down, baby.
It's over.
I'm done. I've been waiting for it. We here. Oh, yeah.
Is that Forrest Whitaker? Why Aaron Rodgers so good? Hey, producer gonna kill us because he had time to wrap it up about 20 minutes ago. Hey,
listen,
final words?
David, I'm not blaspheming, man. I just think Aaron Rodgers is number 1, baby. Ain't you a Packer fan? I'm trying to give you some love. Golden State game 1.
My last day, look, man, I'm very disappointed in the NCAA. There's a high school player who suffers from seizures, who had a scholarship to Auburn University, that committed to Auburn University. His name is C.J. Harris, but he has seizures. He takes cannabis oil to stop the seizures. The NCAA rules him ineligible to play because of this. Get your shit together, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Coach Hurricane here.
It's your boy Fred. Y'all have a great night. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, 6 to 8 p.m. each and every single Thursday. Listen, y'all add a friend, tag a friend. Y'all know what it's about. We sit down, we talk sports, baby. We gonna get it in. Next week we talk about NBA Finals again, and we get into the middle linebacker, baby. Have your top 5 ready. Y'all know what it is. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports.
And shout out to the producer, baby.
The producer.
The producer.
We out.